I begin the exercise by using the tips of my fingers. I start massaging my scalp, the surface of my head, basically. This part is called shampoo, so it resembles what we do when we are taking shower and maybe having this moment to really take care of our head. So I try to kind of shift the skin on the surface of my skull. In some areas it's very easy. In some other areas it seems like as if it sticks. And I'm trying to do it like I'm trying to reach all the areas, like my temples, the sides of my head, above my ears, behind my ears, the occiput, the top of my head. I'm trying to massage every area. As I feel that I have been almost everywhere on my head, I shift to the next part. I will need my index fingers, and I begin on the hairline on top of my forehead. I slide with the tips of my index fingers towards my temples. And when I reach my temples, I start those circular movements, as if I apply something on my temples. Maybe I have some cream or ointment, and I'm applying this cream or ointment on the skin surface. I continue a little bit lower, somewhere in the middle of my forehead. Again, with the tips of my index fingers, I slide slowly to my temples. When I get there, I do those circular motions, as if I apply something on the surface of the skin here, on my temples. I may change the direction of my circles. I may keep it in the same direction. Then I do the same, but I start a little bit above my eyebrows. And I slide again with my index fingers to my temples. And again I do those circles or circular movements, as if I apply something on my temples. Maybe a cream or something else. I continue in between my eyes, on the sides of my nose, and I slide with the tips of my index fingers again towards my temples, and on the temples I do those movements as if I apply something on the surface here. As if I have a cream or an ointment, and I try to really apply it on my temples. I continue somewhere in the middle of my nose. Again, my index fingers, the tips of my index fingers are sliding towards my temples, and when they reach my temples, I continue with those circular movements. I may change direction if I feel so. The circles are not always the same. I may continue in the same direction. It's all good. next movement I start in the mustache area, above my mouth. Again, I have my index fingers, and with the tips of my index fingers I slide towards my temples. And when I get to my temples, I do those circles. I imagine that I apply something, some cream or ointment here. And then I have maybe the last piece of this part of the exercise. I position the tips of my index fingers on my chin, a little bit below my mouth, and again I slide towards the temples. When I get to the temples, I do those circles. I do it as if I apply some substance on the surface of my temples. As I finish this part, I shift to the next piece. So now I have my thumbs and my index fingers. And I'm grabbing my chin in a way that my thumbs are kind of inside. You will feel it's a bit different, like it's soft on the inside. And I start pressing with my thumbs the way that I kind of grab the chin in this way. And I slide in the same time. I can push hardly or I can push like slightly, but I'm still kind of shifting in the same time as I kind of push a little bit. And then when I get to the joint, the temporal mandibular joint, I change the position of my hands and I massage the joint. I may open my mouth a little bit. I will feel that I'm there, like massaging this joint. I can do it with a certain amount of strength because it's a very, very strong joint. The strongest joint in the body, actually. And as I finish, I release the energy. I'm just throwing it away from my fingers. And I take a few seconds to feel what has changed. How do I feel now? Maybe I allow myself to feel my weight. I may focus on breathing a little bit, just to allow myself to feel present.